we are getting into the heart and soul of agent, an agent which is prompts. And prompt engineering is actually not even an art, it is a basic skill that all of us should have. Like I mentioned, it is the better you ask, the better you structure your ask, you will get a better output from from the large language models. Imagine O1. You guys know O1 was the reasoning model that OpenAI really rushed it. I mean, they kind of rushed the whole launch because DeepSeek came out and they kind of took OpenAI and all the large labs for a run, as you might see, as you might have noticed. So kind of OpenAI pushed this out. But if you think about it, why should they come back? This particular prompt, the anatomy of an O1 prompt. If you see, this was retweeted by Greg Brockman, right, the co-founder of OpenAI. Why would Greg do this? Why would he have to retweet an anatomy of an O1 prompt? Why, if LLMs are supposed to understand whatever the user says. Right? Today, that's what happens. Like, I mean, when my kid plays around with my GPT, he asks something, it answers something because LLMs are designed that way to answer. They are the most pleasing personality that you'd ever come across. But everyone, including Greg and everyone, agrees to the fact that it is the real magic lies in the prompt because you really do not know how this large language model works, how the encoder decoder really works. It works. I mean, we understand how it works, but how it really makes decisions. You're not able to go back and trace the path and try to recreate that thousand times. No, you don't do. You cannot. It cannot happen. It doesn't happen. So, so that is the reason even they recognize the fact that while LLMs are designed to literally take any junk prompt and answer back, the better you get your prompt engineering done, the better the results are. Before I go any further, I want to give another example. This is a company called CaseText, a Y Combinator company, I think one of the earlier batches. They got acquired for about $650 million by another firm, and the founder came on a Y Combinator video. Some of you may have seen that video. What I really liked about the whole video was when what case text explained is that the real value kind of shot up. The company's valuation really shot up in the last couple of years or so, ever since they started perfecting the prompts. They've been around for some time. They had all the data, but the usage was not fantastic. Not like they were not really like super useful until LLMs came out because now they were able to make their data really useful for their customers. But what he said was the amount of time the team stress tested the core prompts that really powered their new version of the application and and it's not a hype. I mean, I would say that $650 million that the other company paid not just for the data and all that they own, but also for the fact that they wrote and tested those prompts over and over again to make it really useful. That's a really good video. You should see about it. Case text, Y Combinator, YouTube, you'll find it out. You'll be able to find that video. So coming back, prompt engineering is very important. You'll have to take it seriously. I like this prompting guide document. I also tell my team a lot. So I think it's prompting guide. Yeah, this one. This is an open source repository. It's a fantastic repo. I think Elvis by Elvis. Please go and read this. If you spend even 1 week going through all of the various prompt engineering, I would say aspects here, it's worth it. I think he also runs a course now, prompt engineering course. I think you should go through that as well. But but you have all the resources here, right? And they clearly explain how tree of thought works, how RAG works, yeah, active prompt and so on. I really love this repository. Please go through this. It's promptingguide.ai. So how do we write effective prompts? Like you saw the O1 prompt anatomy, structure is very important. You need to have good clarity on what you really want to do, because then that comes out in the prompt that you write. Context is very important, and then you continue to improve it. You continue to iterate the prompt, which is super super important. What you see here is the latest structure of Lyzr's agent itself, instructions on the core prompt. So if you look at Lyzr agent, we have, say, agent role, agent goal, and agent instructions. This is the current version. And now we are also adding an advanced version where we are adding, say, persona. So agent role becomes agent persona now, and agent goal. And thanks to, again, Google's prompting guide book, which gave us a lot more ideas to improve the structure, right? So agent persona, agent goal, which gives an agent an end goal so that it knows what's the outcome that should go after. Agent context. This is kind of the background for the agent to understand what is really happening so that it can get started from that particular point. Agent task. This is code. This is where all the instructions kind of go in. And then agent output. Again, what kind of output would you want these agents to have? And finally, agent example. Give the examples that the agent can mimic, right? So this is already, I mean, we are just 12 months into the whole thing, and we have evolved into how agents structure may look like as we move forward. Yes, is it mandatory for you to fill all these fields? No. Can you write only few of them and still get an output? Yes. And the other side of the world would say, hey, isn't it just a system prompt? Absolutely, yes. But we forget. Humans, we keep forgetting. When we don't have a guide, we keep forgetting, and we'll probably miss out on an output. We'll probably miss out providing a goal, etc. But this makes it easier because it also kind of directs the agent on how to go about it. So, and the last point is very important. Iterative refinement. When you write a prompt, be it into your applications directly, like most of you are already vibe coding, what happens behind vibe coding? If you go in and see the code, you'll have a system prompt calling GPT or Claude or any of these models. So those system prompts will have to be iteratively improved. The agents just make it easier for you to improve because it's very structured. Again, going back to a practical example, I have an agent called a proposal builder. This is something that I perfected over a period of time, and I use Google Gemini for this, the cheaper model Flash. This proposal builder, I have continuously tweaked over and over and over after writing few proposals to get to this point. And I ended up launching this as an agent now. So after every call, all I have to do is go to the call, and I will just go to the chat, copy the entire transcript, and give it to the agent. So I don't even have to train it because I've tuned the prompt over a period of time. And once I give the whole transcript, it starts writing the entire proposal for me, which I can just move to my proposal. So hence it's important that you improve and refine the prompts on a continuous basis. And that is how you kind of get to perfection or near perfection for that matter. So this is how the prompts kind of started evolving into agents. Um, and there are various types of prompts that are popular. Say standard prompting is just one input and one output. That is what we normally do with ChatGPT. Chain of thought is where you give certain guidance on how the agent could ideally think when it comes to kind of evaluating or executing a task. Again, go through the prompting guide, you will understand. Tree of thoughts is a multi-step process, which is where you kind of get into from a prototype to a production grade system, where you start writing a lot more rules, not kind of tightly coupled, but loosely coupled rules and examples for the agent to get to an output. So these are various techniques. There is also React. My personal favorite is task decomposition. It still holds very good because your LLMs are getting better, your GPTs and Claudes and Geminis are getting better. So as long as you kind of task decompose and break it into simpler steps, the agents are able to follow those instructions much, much better.